Well, good morning, everyone. Where to start? Usually my days start in a much way calmer fashion with 3 coffees and then a couple of small meetings. But I was thinking on my way here, actually. I was trained in Lean Six Sigma 25 years ago. Yes, I'm older than what I look. I was working with a consulting firm called McKinsey, and we had a lot of major turnaround projects, and one of them was in Monterrey, Mexico, with a company called Celestica, which was a big OEM manufacturer. It was revisiting all their line assembly processes to streamline and find efficiencies. And then, because it went well, my next one was in Labrador in northern Canada in the winter to do the same with an iron mine. It was the largest iron mine outside in the world, actually, similar size as the Grand Canyon, except it was mostly ice. So that was my last project with McKinsey. I was done after that, but I took a lot from the Lean Six Sigma culture and process, and both in my personal life and in my professional life, actually. Professionally, it's all about challenging things, asking structured questions, and frankly, as the CFO, I usually don't have the answers. I'm surrounded by subject matter experts, but my job is to ask the right questions in a structured way and make sure we progress that way together. So that has really helped me professionally for a long time. I'm not sure if it's helping me personally or not. I'm a maximizer, so I come to my house at night and my key's already in my hand because I cannot waste a second opening the door. But, so there are some good things and bad things with Lean. You need to take a step back sometimes. So I think the reason I'm here today and the reason I'm so excited by seeing so many some familiar faces and others. Is that clearly we live in a world, in an industry that's being challenged every day, both on the university side and on the health side as well. Different forces at work, but similar pressures. The usual revenues are not going that much, and we have a lot of expense pressures. And I think the jobs are getting more complex. We are being asked to do the same or more in a more complex way with the same or less resources, and I think everybody's feeling the pain and the crunch sometimes. If I was to look at the past 2 years, what I think is changing a lot in our world as well is compliance and the additional burden that represents for all of us, and a lot of unfunded mandates, as we call them. So more than ever, I think we are being challenged to think about what we do and how do we do it in a way that's fundamentally different. And for me, that's the challenging part, but that's also the exciting part, which is I think that we are a generation now, and many of you are much younger than I am, but we're not expecting to just do the same as always. We're expected to take control, challenge each other, challenge our bosses. I always tell the chancellor my job is not to say yes to you, is to use my brain, otherwise you probably wouldn't hire me. And when I was working at McKinsey, we used to call it the obligation to dissent. So if you think that there's a better way, you have an obligation, not just a choice, but an obligation to do that. And I think that's fundamentally changing the culture of the place. It takes a little while for us to do that, but it's a culture of empowerment, which hopefully is more exciting for many of us. And it's a culture of collaboration and teamwork and outreach. I think this place has always had in its DNA this sense of innovation. I'm looking at Mary Walshock here, who has defined this university over a few decades now, and created this ecosystem of innovation at and around UC San Diego, and I think we can build on that. And when I meet newcomers to this campus, faculty members who come from Ivy League schools on the East Coast, and ask them what's different about UC San Diego versus Harvard or even places like Stanford, I think 2 things come to mind: the innovation that's really in the DNA of the place. We tend to break things because things are not that old here, and the culture of collaboration. that applies everywhere. On the faculty side, a whole lot more multidisciplinary research than anywhere else in the US, but also on the staff side. So I think we have a couple of things in our DNA that are pretty powerful. And if you overlay the structure, the discipline, and the mindset of Lean Six Sigma, I think we have something pretty unique going on here. And today we have 2,200 of our staff who are trained at various levels of Lean Six Sigma. And that, I think that creates a language and a culture and a mindset that is now, you feel it's kind of getting leveraged more and more. And as you look around what's going on this year, right? We are doing the complete renewal of all our enterprise systems. I don't think any campus has done kind of finance and research and payroll all at the same time, with more coming down the pike. We are spending $3 million a day in construction on this campus, $3 million a day between a number of various projects, and I won't even kind of list them all. We are doubling fundraising. We have added 8,000 students in 5 years. You look at every matrix, we are adding $500 million in revenues a year. That's the budget of most universities, right? So when you look at all the pressure points, all the excitement, all this renewal, I think the time is really ripe for this type of initiatives, and I'm very, very grateful that you guys have joined us on this journey. It's here to stay. This is not a fad. This is going to be the way we do things. So thank you very much for your support. I cannot wait to hear some of the stories and the reports out that come today. Hopefully they give you the confidence that you're not alone in this journey, that there is a movement here that I'm very, very grateful for. So thank you. Have an amazing and enlightening day.